back, listening to my favorite show with my man Sharp Shot, chopping it up radio. Plenty other things to do, but I'm putting them on hold. Sitting in the studio, listening to Chop It Up Radio. Things are getting kinda heated. Think we better take it to the phones. Don't know how we gon' make it. This is the show that goes where you take it.
Where you gonna take it today?
In a minute we'll be ready, 'cause you know it's on tonight. Ain't no way we gon' forget it. Chopping it up, chopping it up, chopping it. Now I'm laid back, listening to my favorite show with my man Sharp Shot. Chopping.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up Radio. I am Sharp Shot, the Jack and Moon Radio, along with...
Hey, it's Mizzuti in the house. How you guys doing?
What up?
Hey, what's going on?
So, just to let y'all know, we are at Bar 210 right now. I'm going to keep it on the buck. We're kind of solo at the moment. King Buddha couldn't make it. He's stuck at work, so we're going to leave this up to us. Tonight, we may go about an hour.
Okay.
So we'll probably do an hour tonight. We're gonna do an hour tonight just to let y'all know. Chopping Up Radio is the show that goes where you take it. So where you gonna take it? For all my folks, we are strictly on YouTube. You're on YouTube now. You should know that. So to all my people that's viewing, checking us out, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit all that, man. So y'all, and then hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we go live. We go live every Thursday. Approximately 8 o'clock.
Sometimes 8.
Sometimes 8:30. I mean, certain circumstances happen and shit get fucked up sometimes. Let's keep it on the buck. But for the most part, yeah, we 8 o'clock. We are at Bar 210 every first and third Thursday of the month. I will give y'all the address shortly. Because I ain't gonna lie, I gotta look it up. I just know where it is. You know how you go somewhere and you just know where that shit is?
You'll never put it on the screen so they can see it?
I gotta get that flyer again. I will. I'll put that up. But I'm gonna post. I'm gonna make a commercial for YouTube. So everybody, we are a podcast that's located in the DMV. So we and Bar 210 is in Browns Road, Maryland. So if you ever want to come on out. You know, have some fun, be a part of the show. Talk shit. That's what we do. We talk, but we educate and we entertain.
We do.
We definitely do. We educate and we entertain. So
we try to educate.
Yeah, we try to. So start off with what's been going on for the week.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Uh-oh.
After the conversation that we had last week.
About what?
But not.
I forgot.
Huh?
We talk about so much. Oh, what happened? So did Jane get stepped up?
No, not from that person.
So somebody else. Was it because of the show?
I don't know. I had a conversation after show, I had a conversation that I may have mentioned certain things, and then
okay,
they stepped up.
That's what's up. So I'm quite sure you'll tell me all about that soon. Yeah. Just to give y'all the address: 6967 Indian Head Highway, Browns Road, Maryland 20616. Again, that's 6967 Indian Head Highway, Browns Road, Maryland. So y'all make sure y'all come on out, see us live, because it's better when we're live, because you get to really be a part of the show. You get to be heard. If you want to be seen on camera, by all means. If not, hey, we just hear your voice, but you get to express your opinion. So yeah, come on out and party with us. Come talk to us. And then I'm trying to figure out. So after the show, it's like a old school house party. So play music. This joint got some bomb food and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Those
say that
wings are good.
the wings are bomb. You need to have the burger.
I don't really eat red meat like that.
Oh, the burger is lit. I don't know if she got a chicken sandwich. I have no idea, but I'm quite sure if she does, then that chicken sandwich is probably lit too. So you definitely gotta come down here and get the burger and the wings. That shit is off the chain, for real. Kim throws it down. You feel me? She throws it down. Matter of fact, the owner of Bar 210 is actually going to be sitting in with us the whole show.
You gonna be our co-host?
She gonna sit in the. She don't even know it. She just came in and she don't even know it. I'm gonna let her unlock up, set up the bar and all that shit, and then she gonna sit down with us and chop it up with us and have some fun. And I get to see how it is, and hopefully some folks will come in. Now she might have to get up because she gotta fix a drink, but.
What's Squirrel when you need him?
Right,
Exactly.
Right. Where is Squirtle when you need him? I don't know. Squirtle might try to take over the whole show.
No, he makes me so mad.
Open sign behind.
Squilla would be hilarious on this one. So go ahead, finish telling me about your week.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No, that was it. That was it. I'm not giving you all the juicy details. It was just, I was pleasantly surprised by that particular person.
Okay.
And
So that particular person stepped their game up.
They stepped their game up. I don't know if it's enough, but
Damn. Not enough.
I'm not gonna say
You
not
gotta
enough.
see.
I'm
You
not
gotta
gonna say
give it
not
time.
enough, but I sat and thought about it when you asked me like what did I like or what was I into, and I think the main thing is I'm attracted to power, like or powerful people, or have you ever heard the phrase big dick energy?
Yeah.
Like somebody that has big dick energy. Like you could be that you just command a room without saying something
Okay.
when you walk in.
All right.
You know, or so yeah.
Can I give you my observation? I think because you're a dominant woman, so you need someone to dominate you.
And handle interview.
And I can't hear you. I can't hear
Correct,
you.
correct.
I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you. Sit your ass down. Come on, sit your
No,
ass
but you're
down.
right. You're right.
I'm good. I'm good. So we're gonna have Miss Kim join us in just a second. But yeah, you just need somebody to dominate you, technically.
I need somebody that, but no. I need somebody that can, but then also is able to take a back seat when needed.
Okay.
You know, because I can get you into certain places as a woman that you can't get into, you know. So sometimes, and then that's where the thing is, like people say that men should not submit to their wives or their significant others. Sometimes you have to.
I disagree.
Sometimes they need to. So I need somebody that is dominant but knows how to be submissive when need be.
Again, I'm gonna say it again. I say it over and over again. It's those roles. I'm
That's
sorry.
not a role.
But no, it is because okay. Place in certain situations. Would you agree with me when I say you definitely need to know your place in certain situations?
Yes,
Is that okay?
that's okay.
So
That's okay.
you need to know your place in certain situations. I'm not saying, and men need to know their place too. Sometimes, me as a man, I need to sit back and let my wife handle certain things. And when it comes time for me to step up and handle certain things, I need to know when to do that. So I need to know my place in certain situations. I'm gonna break it down and say situations.
Okay,
Certain
I'll take that.
situations, I need to know my place, and she needs to know hers. Now I'm gonna give you an example. If we're at a function out in the setting, and we're talking about media and podcasts, my wife can't just jump out there and be like, "Oh yeah," then start talking about media and podcasts and all that shit. That's not her place. That's my place. But if somebody brings up travel, I need to sit my ass back and let her handle that because she does travel. Like she's I would say a travel expert. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say, oh yeah, you know, then start putting in my 2 cents on travel when I don't know shit about it. Certain things. So I need to know my place.
Correct.
Any comments? Not yet. All right. But yeah, I need to know my place. And I'm fine with saying that. A lot of men are not. And then women get upset because it's like, oh no, you're not gonna tell me what my place is.
No. But it's not how. It's not you telling us when our place is. It's when it's said and how it's said that infuriate women for that one. So, of course, certain situations we do know that. Well, I'm gonna say I know that as a man you're supposed to lead, you're supposed to take the lead, you know, and I need to fall back. Or if you tell me in a specific voice, hey, do this, then I'm not gonna question you. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I know that something serious is gonna happen. But don't always be like, because men tend to say women know you need to know your place, as in we're not supposed to correct you on certain things.
For everyone, but there's a time.
Exactly.
Now,
correct.
I would definitely, and that's what I was gonna. That's exact. Kim took the words out of my mouth.
It's a negative thing to know your place.
Now, Kim, we can't. Kim.
If I go with you as your friend or your guest, I'm gonna know my place when I'm with you. You know what I mean?
Correct.
If
Correct.
you're going somewhere with me, then you need to know your place when you're with me. Take a back seat.
Correct.
Until I acknowledge you.
Mhm.
As such, I would do. Take a back seat. Hey, this is my friend Kim, and then I will, deliver an exchange or whatever. But I still need to know my place. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, well, so this is what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like,
I want you on the mic. I want you on the mic. You need to get on the mic because you're saying some. All right, go ahead, do that, and then we'll come back because you're saying some great shit. You need to get on here. We got you. We're gonna tone it down. We're gonna bullshit. We're gonna tone it down for a minute, and then once you get everything together, we're gonna really get knee deep back into it. But I definitely say that. Like I mean, when I say, and again, when I say those roles, when I use the word roles, it's almost a synopsis to the place. You
But
need to
also
know your
that
role at
those
the
roles
right
can
at
be
the time.
switched at a specific time.
Definitely, they can be. So it's all on the situation. Now, based off what Kim was saying, based off what you were saying, anything in life, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Correct.
And that's where we fuck up as men.
Correct.
As men, we fuck up.
No, women do too.
Women do too. Okay,
Yeah, we do.
okay, I give you that. People, because people fuck up. We'll say something a certain way, and it'll sound fucked up. And sometimes, like
it could be coming from the tone of
the tone, yeah, it definitely could come from the tone.
Absolutely.
But it. Now you gonna make her.
I'm sorry.
Go longer.
Sorry. it's a quick one.
But so yeah, I mean it definitely is the tone, and sometimes I'll say shit and not realize my tone. Like for one,
Absolutely, because of the space that you're in your head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm loud, right? I'm a loud person. So, and that's probably because I done damaged my fucking ears listening to loud music all my life.
But if she tells you that, do you correct yourself?
Was my mama
My
loud?
mama loud.
My mama.
When she talked to me, she talked at me. Like, not out of respect, that's just who she is.
Yeah, my mama wasn't loud. She was more so. She always was cussing somebody out.
See,
most of the time.
Now that you think about it, my mom wasn't loud, but she was very direct.
Okay.
And that's how I am now. I'm like, very
My mom
direct. I want
was-
you to hear what I'm saying.
My mom was sort of. I guess I am just like my mom. 'Cause my mom was sort of passive, but then again, she ain't take no shit. If that makes sense. Like she would do any and everything for everybody. She wouldn't let nobody walk all over her, but at the same time, it's like she would let things go just to kind of keep the peace.
I mean, but sometimes you gotta do that.
So
That's called being an adult.
Exactly.
yeah, and that's how I am.
Battles.
That's how I am. I'm trying to learn how to be more to speak up more and to be more authoritative because I'm too passive. If that makes sense. You can hand that to me. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So yeah, I'm
Put these on my head.
yeah. If you want to, it's up to you. You just gonna get that booty juice all over you. You don't want that.
The way that sound like.
What kind of juice?
Booty juice. Buddha ain't here, so I'm gonna talk shit about him. Hopefully he watching. You don't get that booty juice all over your ears, so make sure you cleanse your ears afterwards. Introduce yourself once you get situated. Now this shit about to get real.
Uh-oh. Eyes ready, boss.
You can move that mic any way you need to. Move the stand or whatever. Just don't be like Zooty and just make sure you speak into the mic. Now today is good. Today is good. But kind of she put it in front of you.
I learned how to handle this.
You been know how to handle it. You just ain't want us to know.
Oh, you didn't know how to handle the mic.
Listen. No, they used to say, they keep saying that I need to learn how to handle black things, but.
See, I ain't say that. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Kim.
Pull that mic a little bit closer.
Okay.
Just tap. You can move the black part that extends. You ain't gonna break it. Yeah.
Is that better?
It bends.
Yep,
right.
We can hear you.
Hi, I am Kim Lee. I'm owner of Bar 210 in Accokeek, Maryland.
I finally got the address right.
6971 Indian Head Highway at Bar 210. Will we get it in? Hey.
Before you even start, tell us about the weekly events that happen here. We're gonna do that now and
today is Thursday, so we have the podcast tonight. Tomorrow we have the Big Action Band. It's a bounce beat band. Saturday we have the Drama Squad. They're doing a fan appreciation on Saturday, so I think it's, don't quote me on the price, I don't know, but it is fan appreciation on Saturday with the Drama Squad. And then we're doing a grown and sexy band on Sunday. The high quality band is doing a grown and sexy type of party.
Okay. Is it a certain
Sunday?
Is it a certain attire?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I might have to come out. What time?
It'll be nice. I want to say 8 to 12.
What, if you had to dress up, you wasn't going to come out?
Nah, I just need to know so I wouldn't come like this.
No, you can come like that.
Cause this is, now that I work at Nike, I Nike all the time.
Oh, well, let me get you a discount.
But I'm Nike all the time.
I want some pandas. Can you give me some pandas?
You shit out of luck. You shit out of luck. Online only. The online only. See, my store, we don't get the drops, but online only.
Nike store you
I feel
work
like
at?
there's no store in DC that gets the drops.
8th Street does. 8th Street and Bethesda. So you gotta go out to Bethesda. Bethesda's a full service. So they give all. But if you want the greatest service, you need to come out to the Nike store in Glen Arden. Used to be the Petco.
That's where you at?
Exactly. That's where I'm at. You want to get the best service. And we just, we like that. But to go back to what we were saying, it's all on your tone. I mean, it's all on your tone, but like I said, I'm a loud person, so sometimes I can come off loud, a little aggressive, and it will cause friction.
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Libras and Aquarius, because same.
So tell me about.
So?
Yeah.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, so tell me about myself.
Everything that I see, like on these little sites about horoscopes, and they talk about Aquarians, I turn around and they say the same thing about Libras. I'm like,
I'm gonna have to look that up.
y'all not as creative and futuristic as us, but y'all close.
I beg to differ.
What?
Libras
are indecisive.
Very.
But
very.
Aquarius can be very manipulative. Like, they know how to use their words very.
Absolutely.
We got game, but it's just we definitely are. I'm indecisive as shit. One day I want to do one thing, and then the next day I want to do something else. Like, and then my problem is I want to do everything. Like y'all tell me all the time, you can't do everything, and I'm trying to slow that shit down. I really am. I'm trying to focus on one thing. Like now, I'm stuck as far as with my career choice. I want to switch.
No,
careers.
but we say that not that you try to do everything, but it's like you don't like to get help for stuff. You want to.
That is true.
That's an Aquarian trait.
Yes.
That's true because I'm gonna tell you one thing that they say about me at work. You need to use your team. You need to use your team.
Yes.
So it's like if I'm helping somebody in one section, and they go to another section, I'll literally go over and help them all around instead of passing them off to somebody else, and that's what they try to push me to do.
I feel like if you have to explain something to somebody, then I might as well do it myself.
That too.
No, but sometimes you gotta use your team.
You do,
because you can't do everything.
I'm learning that,
and that becomes overwhelming. It becomes very overwhelming. And I had that conversation with my sister, with me trying to start my business and me trying to do all these other things. And she's like, why don't you just get somebody to just do this? Get somebody to write your grants. Get somebody to do that. Because then that will give you time to be able to focus on the main part of what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like with this, okay, with Chopping It Up Entertainment, trying to start this company, right? I want to hire out. I just I'm not financially stable right now to hire out as of right now. Now, inshallah, the money starts coming through, which, you know, I always say I do this for the love of what I do. So I'm not doing it for the money, but I want to make some money off of it. Of course, I do. But I'll say this: if I never make any money off of this shit, I probably wouldn't be upset.
I would.
I know you would. We gonna have that conversation coming up. I know you would. That's why we need to talk about setting expectations.
It's also a business.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it into a business. It is business. But
we're not saying that necessarily where you have to necessarily hire people inside of your network as well. Because if you see, like, especially if they're always willing to help you.
I feel like
saying, hey,
but at what cost?
Sometimes it's not at any cost.
I feel like that's an indirect message.
Because I always be like, what do you need? What help do you need?
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing no. It's just that I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start using y'all for what I need you to do. No, again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you know, I don't mean use y'all like that. But
we already know what you're talking about.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we said that. So
let's get to business.
Let's get into business. Mm-hmm. So tonight's topic, we're going to have a part 2 of this, but tonight I wanted to talk about trauma. And the reason being is because I feel like it's extremely important to know exactly what trauma is and how to identify trauma, and then also how to deal with it. Because there's so many different levels of trauma, so many situations that a lot of people don't even realize that they've had a traumatic experience and they don't equate it to be a traumatic experience. Mm-hmm. Am I making sense?
Yeah, because they handled it. Because at the end of the day, even though you're going through a traumatic experience, you have to put on your big girl drawers or your big boy drawers and push forward.
But do some people handle it? Because then sometimes it can also hinder them. Like they may say, okay, I handled it in this, but then it may hinder something in another stage of their life from that. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let me just say this real quick.
Because you don't even have to handle it. You could just bury it.
Correct.
A lot of people do that.
And that's bury it, it'll come back up in the most opportune moment, because someone was triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's why I say I want people to understand what it is, because we bury it and don't even realize that it's been buried.
So what's the definition?
Trauma is a psychological and physiological response to a deeply distressing or disturbing event or series of events. It can result from various experiences, including physical or sexual abuse, natural disasters, accidents, witnessing violence, or experiencing significant loss or betrayal. Mm-hmm. Trauma can have long-lasting effects on an individual's mental, emotional, and physical well-being, impacting their thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and relationships. Trauma responses can include symptoms such as intrusive memories or flashbacks, hypervigilance, avoidance, and reminders of the trauma, emotional numbness, and difficulty with concentration and sleep. Mm-hmm. So trauma has so many different effects on us, and sometimes we don't even realize it. Buddha would be proud. Go ahead and sing the Read the Rainbow song since he's not here. Never mind, you missed it.
I don't know. Because you read it so well,
so eloquently.
Nah, y'all know Buddha always get on me. Take a look. It's in the book. He not here. He need to come on the live and at least comment or something. So, in a nutshell, that's what trauma is. And I always say, traumatic experiences can be some of the smallest things, like we was talking earlier. I took my son to Six Flags one day. And when I took him to Six Flags, he was about maybe 3-4 years old, something like that. Just tall enough to get on one of the kiddie roller coasters. Mm-hmm. So he was, no, I don't want to do it. He was scared. I made him get on. He cried the entire time. When he got off, I yelled at him for crying. Like, what is wrong? I'm going to take you home. You want me to take you home? Yeah, I want you to take me home. That was a traumatic experience for him.
Mm-hmm.
That has caused lifelong trauma. Now he won't get on roller coasters. He's scared.
You didn't traumatize the baby.
I did, and I was literally 20 years old, young, dumb, and I didn't know no better.
Have you ever said anything to him about it?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
Have you tried to get him on another roller coaster?
No.
Have you started with something like the merry-go-round at the harbor? You got to start small.
Okay.
Start small with like the merry-go-round at the harbor, and then maybe as a family get on the national wheel. You know, let it get bigger, and then maybe a little bit faster the next time, something else, you know.
Well, I'm talking about the
he's grown
big youngin' that was here last time.
But still, y'all can still do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Can still do that.
Still do that. It don't matter. Do it as a fun thing. Take a shot and take a couple shots, and then go get on the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
And then my wife's scared of roller coasters too. Well, she was scared of heights. She's scared of heights. But I don't know what the hell. But now we go to amusement park. She want to get on every roller coaster there is.
Is it because you get on roller coasters?
Yeah.
So sometimes she may just subside her fear because
she likes
doesn't
it,
want it to like affect like y'all having fun. So like when I was younger, I used to swim all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom put us into like the sports camps, and I swam like a fish. And so then I think it was like junior high school. She made me and my sister take like this swimming class down in southeast, the indoor pool. I'm not even sure if it's still there.
Still there? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Anacostia?
No. At by Eastern Market.
Haynes Point?
No, Eastern Market.
Oh, I'm not from DC. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's this. It used to be an indoor pool at Eastern Market. That I took swimming classes from. Mm-hmm. And so, mind you, I'm in junior high school. I think my coach was like maybe 18, 19, and I ran track. So the night before, I kept getting like really bad Charlie horses and shin splits in my legs. Mm-hmm. And then when I went for practice, we went there and I kept telling him, I was like, hey, I'm not feeling well, and I just don't want to swim today. And he thought that I was like bullshitting and made me swim. It was in 12 feet. He was like, if you swim from one side to the next, then I'll let you sit out for the rest of the day. So I swam from one side, and in the middle of going to the next, I caught a Charlie horse, and I started to drown. Ooh. And ever since then, like I don't go into deep water unless I have like a life vest, Right. So like even when we go out the country, like my friends want to do stuff, I'm still going to do it because I don't want to stop them from having fun. But I'm like, I need to have a life vest in order to do that.
You have to do it within your comfort zone.
Correct.
Yeah. See, but that's prime example. You knew how to swim. You can swim very well, and then all of a sudden something happened. And it's like, nah, I ain't doing that shit no more.
Trigger.
So, like, for instance, me personally, I want to learn how to jump out of planes by myself. So, when I say by myself, meaning I went skydiving. I had tandem skydiving, had an instructor on my back. And it was the greatest experience of my life. I want to do that shit solo. I really do. It's just going to cost me a little bit, but I want to do it solo.
You better go to iFly and fly in one of them tubes.
Oh, that's not the same.
But I want to do it. I want to do it by myself.
So why don't you just keep practicing? Just keep going. You can take
that shit expensive. Yeah, I am. I'm going to take it eventually. Once I get my money right,
all you gotta do is look on Groupon,
That's what I was about to say. I think they have one on Groupon.
Well, no, they got the tandem joints on Groupon, but you gotta take the class. So you gotta take the class. I inquired about it, definitely. I inquired about the class. I'm gonna tell y'all, I said this before, but y'all might not know. Redman is a certified skydiver.
Who?
Redman and Method Man?
Yeah, Redman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a certified skydiver.
I can see him doing that.
Yeah, he
definitely
actually
doing that.
did the classes and all that. Now he jumps solo.
Wow.
Yeah. So and my wife told me that, and I was like, really? That's what's up. Because I always wanted to do that, and I know my crazy ass. I'm gonna be like 50 years old taking skydiving classes.
No, you know what I do want to do? What's the other one where it's like it's not a free dive, but you
the
bungee jumping?
No, you don't have a parachute on. It's like you have like this flight suit that it looks like wings, but it's like a
flying squirrel.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Parasailing?
No, it's not parasailing.
I think I know what you're talking about. Luge or some shit like that.
When you building dive. When you dive off a building and you got on this.
Or you could do like cliffs and stuff.
Yeah, you got the wings and it catches.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do? How you going to land?
What do you mean land?
Have you ever thought about it?
You glide yourself.
You glide yourself down. So you're probably in the open area.
Yeah, and then when you're going down, like if you glide and put your feet down, it's going to push you down further. Like it'll push you down. The air is going to push you down.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
but I'll
watch a video of you doing it.
I've would you repel?
You said would I?
Yeah,
I would.
I repelled off the it was a hotel in
the side of the building for the for Haiti.
Yeah. So it was a charity
what
event.
Are you jumping like on the string?
Yeah.
I mean on a rope?
Yeah.
On a rope?
On the rope. Yeah, so you're on the rope and you're just letting yourself down.
Do you have gloves on?
Yeah. You got gloves, you got the rope, and I did it off of the
and do you have on a harness?
Yeah, you got a harness.
Okay.
And you tied to a scaffold. So you got a big it was a big scaffold.
I can do that. As long as I know I got on safety equipment, I'm good.
Yeah, you got on safety equipment.
The other one you don't have on safety equipment.
Absolutely.
But for the repelling,
the squirrel thing.
Yeah.
I gotta look at that. I don't know.
Went forward
because Jason was talking about doing it for
He was talking about parasailing though.
No,
the kite jump. No, he was talking about the kite thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was talking about the kite thing. When you on a big ass hang glider type shit. That's what he was talking about.
Oh no.
But okay, so back to what we was talking about. So, but like I said, that the traumatic experience, you just need to realize what it is. So, recognizing trauma involves being aware of common signs and symptoms that may indicate someone has experienced trauma. These signs can include nightmares, intrusive thoughts or memories, emotional dysregulation, difficulty trusting others, self-destructive behaviors, and physical symptoms such as headaches or stomach aches. I guess, with stomach aches, you could say, I guess when you go into that fight or flight mode with anxiety, you can have butterflies, stomach aches, stuff like that. Would you say that anxiety, would you put anxiety as a part of trauma?
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Definitely. Trauma could cause, I would say trauma would be the cause of anxiety.
It definitely is. Because now when I go over bridges with water, I get really bad anxiety. And I start I got to be on the inside of the bridge.
That's me too.
Driving,
but not because of the water thing. Like when I first got my truck, I'm always in the little cars. I'm driving small cars. And now I went and got a big old truck.
Forgive me, y'all.
And then I drove over the Bay Bridge. And I almost had a panic attack. I absolutely almost had a panic attack. It was so weird. Like I was just stuck. I was frozen. Like I couldn't move. And I was not on the edge. I was on the inside. Because I already know I cannot drive on the outside of bridges. I don't know why. I've never had a water, experience, a negative water experience.
Are you scared of heights?
Am I scared of heights?
Maybe it's a height thing.
It's something.
It's drowning.
Have you ever had an experience to where you almost drowned?
Okay, this is the thing. Remember a couple years ago, this girl was on a Bay Bridge and a big truck came behind her and hit her car and knocked her car into the water? I don't want to be that person.
So that's what you think about?
Absolutely.
So
I think that because in a car accident, it does not have to be my fault.
Of course.
It can be someone else's fault. So if I'm driving and I'm already nervous and then I see this car driving fast behind me in my rearview mirror, I'm going to have a panic attack. Because I'm going to think about that girl who got pushed off the Bay Bridge. You haven't heard of that?
No.
I did. I heard of that. Because it had the bridge shut down for
but it happened in the last 5 years maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's always shit happening on the Bay Bridge, though. You always got trucks turning over and all that.
I don't want to be one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, when you drive...
So I say that to say it doesn't have to be a personal traumatic experience that can bring on a panic attack or anxiety. It could be something that you've heard that has stuck with you, that has resonated with you to the point of causing anxiety.
Correct.
I'm glad you said that. I got a question. So, do you feel I feel as though the media causes trauma?
Absolutely.
Of course. Of course.
All they show is the negative bad shit. Somebody getting shot, somebody getting killed, all that shit. You see it on the news. It's never happened to me, but now I always tell my wife, like, look, and the kids, make sure you give yourself enough space when you drive. When you stop behind somebody, don't pull up on their ass. Give yourself enough space to get out of a situation, because when I say it's never happened to me, I'm speaking of, I see all the road rage incidents with people shooting each other and all that shit. It's never happened to me, never seen it firsthand, but I always see it on the news, always hear about it. So now that has caused a traumatic impression in my mind, I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. That something could possibly happen to your family by the result of not being prepared.
Yeah.
Or not being prepared, because you said give yourself enough space. You need at least a car length and a half between you and the car in front of you, just to avoid a possible situation, to give yourself space to get out of that situation. Correct.
And it's sad that we got to live like that nowadays, but that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to.
But do you think that, sorry not to cut you off, do you think that the media does that just to scare people? So the reason I'm saying that is, like, y'all know how much I talk about Baltimore. And everybody's like, Baltimore's so... I'm not saying I love it, but
Baltimore's a beautiful city.
Yes, everybody keeps saying how Baltimore's so bad and everything else, but for people that live there, then it's amazing. I was like, Baltimore gives you very much like a small town in a big city where people are super friendly and willing to help. But I'm like, but the media portrays it that this, like, it's just this reckless town that everybody's doing that, and I feel like they do that because they don't want certain people to move in as well. Like, they want to keep people out, so then they allow people to buy these corporations and everything to buy these houses for cheap, and then they're gentrified. Correct. Because they used to say that for DC, how DC is so horrible and everything else.
Okay, but listen at this. So you got people, you gentrified DC. You brought in, you made DC white chocolate, and now you have all these white chocolate folks being attacked and feeling unsafe in their own neighborhood. Why? Because the neighborhood doesn't belong to you.
Correct.
It was always there.
You have infiltrated a neighborhood in where people are comfortable being themselves. Like, if my, say I had a family member who was maybe a little mentally disabled or whatever, but everybody in my community already knew that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew that, so then you already knew how to deal with that. Because when you're a community, you're a family. When you're bringing in others into that community or that family, it changes the trajectory of the situation. Like, the people who were there were fine with the people who were there. Even with my mentally disabled family member, they knew how to handle that. Or if they saw him getting out of pocket, then they knew who to contact.
Exactly.
But now that you're gentrifying the neighborhood, you're causing all this discord. Now the people don't feel safe because they're in a space where they're not welcomed.
Correct.
And not that they're not welcome, because everybody should be welcome wherever they want to be. I'm just saying you're changing the dynamics of the situation.
I feel like not you're in a space and you're not welcome, but then you're in a space where, again, you're right. You can't be yourself.
You're unfamiliar.
And then they tend to want to call the police on or nag about every little thing that has been familiar to that neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Too, as well.
Right, because what's not a big deal to me may be a big deal to you.
Somebody else.
Right.
Correct.
Which that coincides with what we're talking about, definitely. Like, it could be something that's small to me, but big to you. Go to the comments.
Okay, so Rob said, have you ever heard of the law of attraction?
Yes.
And it says, actually, it's supposed to be 2 car lengths away per the Maryland MVA handbook.
Hey.
But you have to be that stuff.
Okay.
And he said, who y'all got in on the Mike Tyson fight? I didn't even know there was a Mike Tyson fight.
I didn't even know it was a Mike Tyson fight
Who
either.
Mike Tyson fighting?
That's what I say. Who's he fighting?
What's Mike Tyson fighting? What's Rob's full handle? Is Rob what?
Knox?
Rob Knox. Hey, Rob, appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, I didn't even know it was a Tyson fight.
I got Mike Tyson.
I got Tyson. Yeah,
He gonna bite somebody ear off on the other side.
But yeah,
But depending on who he's fighting.
Yeah. But with
It's
that
going
too,
to be somebody who is underneath him. They're not gonna place Mike Tyson in a fight where he can't win at this stage of his life.
of his career, yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
They're not going to put him in a place where he's going to lose.
Yeah,
He's not going to accept that. And understand also that he hasn't been in the ring in how long? So he's going to fight somebody who is
a bum.
Say
a bum.
Yeah.
a bum.
Say a bum.
Absolutely.
Just like
one of these. What's the little internet?
internet people, yeah.
It's going to be like a celebrity
Didn't
fight.
one of them internet dudes knock out somebody that was like a boxer or
I
something?
feel like that was fake.
It probably was.
But yeah, so back to what we were talking about as far as like the neighborhoods and people moving in. They infiltrate these neighborhoods, and they try to move most of the residents out of the neighborhood. So like if we look at DC, right? We only can kind of speak on DC. We look at DC. You look at what Search and Quarters. You look at what was the name of that hood behind
They moved
Third
all the
World?
DC residents down to Charles County.
Yeah,
I was gonna say to Waldorf.
But it was a neighborhood.
All my neighbors be like, yeah, we from the city.
Yeah, so it was a hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how y'all doing? How
Hey,
you
y'all.
doing?
So it was a neighborhood in Southeast where they took
Berry Farms.
Berry Farms, Connoisseurs. They got rid of all those neighborhoods, but you still got people living in those areas. They still haven't got rid of, like I said, Third World, which is behind where I used to live over there, right behind where I lived at. So you still got the people over there. Now you building up. You tore down Connoisseurs. You building up these condos or whatever you building up. You just threw them in the neighborhood. In a rough you threw the gentrified folks in this rough neighborhood,
But the thing
and now that's gonna cause trauma.
But the thing is that they're basically trying to outprice. So that's too expensive.
Yeah, they trying to so that
live there,
way
so
you
want the
can
most
kind of
out.
get rid of the bad seed, so to speak. So I
But
think
is
it's
it a bad
bullshit.
seed? Is it a bad seed, or is that's what brings
It's just-
culture?
It's just I think it's underserved communities cause people to do things to survive. Squilla, what up?
Correct.
I'm not up to speed, guys. Ladies, gentlemen.
So we kind of started off talking about trauma. So
I can catch up with you guys doing that. You guys don't have to go back.
so Squilla, since you know the rule about the mic,
Yes.
but if you like to have a seat, since that seat is not occupied right now, feel free. Just kind of
Really?
follow my lead if you don't mind.
I got you.
So-
trust me.
So
My elbow.
basically, we talk about trauma, Squilla. This is Squilla. Introduce yourself, brother. This is tonight is definitely a show that goes where you take it, and we get everybody involved.
Exactly.
For the people that walked in, we are ChoppinItUp Radio. We are a podcast. We go live every week. We are here every first and third Thursday of the month. So I'll probably have some instructions for you guys to do if you don't mind. Pull out your phone and do me a favor when you get comfortable, so you can check us out. And I guarantee you'll love it and you'll want to come back for more. But we're talking about trauma. Start off giving a definition of trauma and different traumatic experiences and things of that nature. So let me ask this question: What is a traumatic experience that's happened to you that you'll never forget?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Other than what I told you about me drowning.
Yeah. Well, you did say
About
that.
me drowning.
Give me
No,
another one.
So, I didn't really. Okay, so you already know that my mom died when I was little.
Right, mhm.
Well, everybody doesn't know, but my mom passed away when I was little. She was killed by her boyfriend when I was 1. So not really knowing that caused what effect that caused with my reaction to men until like my dad mentioned something, because I was very hard on men, very like ready to cut you off, very like like certain things I just don't tolerate, and I would cut them off like really quickly for that.
Let me ask you a question on that. So, okay, mom passed away, caused you to kind of feel a certain way about men. Why is that? Is it
Because he killed her.
Oh, you did. say
So
that.
her boyfriend
Sorry.
killed her.
I apologize. I
he-
missed. I
yeah,
missed
so-
that part. My bad.
So what happened was,
Which I totally understandable. So now you're traumatized,
yeah,
technically by men.
yeah. I was.
I mean, in a nutshell,
in a nutshell,
and you have every right to be because that was a traumatic experience that happened, and you couldn't even enjoy the rest of your mother's life.
Correct.
So I get that.
Correct.
I totally get that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
No. So yeah. So I'm very like domestic violence is a huge trigger for me. Like whether it's nobody's ever put their hands on me, but or to like a friend of mine or something, I'm very quick to be ready to fight.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, of course.
Even when like growing up, if somebody said like the your mama jokes, I was ready to fight.
You ready for?
Like,
you had it right.
And I was like super angry. Like even with me and my sister. So my mom put us all in therapy when we were younger, which definitely helped. With just sort of, I would say, not until I was older and having conversations with my dad, because, you know, I'm really close to my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Then that made me be like, you know what? Maybe I need to ease up, and maybe I need to give everybody else a fair chance, because I can't count or think that everybody's going to be like this particular person.
Because everybody is not that particular person. But I get it. It's difficult because you still got that in your mind. Now, did you see it, or it's just it happened and then you found out later?
No. So what happened was, so I was one. I was a little. No. This is where I spread my business anyway. So,
but no, this is therapeutic in my eyes.
I was almost one-ish from what I was told. So I don't really remember my mom that much. But from the story that I was told was that he was very jealous. He had some drug issues, and she had went to the neighbor's house to use the phone, because of course this is in the 80s when people had house phones. Mm-hmm. Our phone was off. She went to the neighbor's house to use the phone, who happened to be a man. He came over while she was like washing clothes in the bathroom. My brother and sisters were downstairs, and then I was in the next bedroom, and he shot her in her head.
I'm sorry to hear that, for real.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, and so being that, and that's the thing, being that you didn't visualize this, but you were told, obviously you were told the truth, I'm assuming at a young age, but was it at a young age that you were told the truth, or did they try to cover? Because you know how most parents cover shit up until you get to that age to where you can understand.
No, I was, like, they've always told me, like, what happened, because, like, the person that I call my mom, who is my mom's sister, like, she always was like, okay, yes, I'm your mom, but I'm not your biological. She explained that to me,
okay,
like, at an early age, and
so she wanted you to know,
of course. And then, like, my dad told me the story too, because with that situation, that was the day that he was supposed to meet her. Like, we were supposed to go to the zoo, and he was going to propose to her, because he realized that she was like the love of his life, and he didn't want to lose her. And then we never showed up.
Wow. Because now, was mom and the boyfriend broken up, or
they were like
together?
on again, off again.
Okay.
There was a situation where he had like threatened to, like, from what my sisters told me, he like chased my dad around the house, threatened to kill him. So my mom told him he can't come to the house anymore. We have to meet him somewhere.
Yeah,
and so we were supposed to meet. Yeah, and then we were supposed to meet and never showed up. So yeah,
I'm truly sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get into my story in a second. But I got a similar story with the family member, almost similar to the same.
But yeah, I think that definitely made me angry towards men.
So that explains
I can see. I could.
that explains a lot. Skrilla, what's something?
I'm playing. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see you smile, because that's some craziness and whatever. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. I think everything happens for a reason.
Definitely.
Like,
definitely.
So, yeah.
What is a traumatic experience that's happened to you that you can remember?
Who, me? I mean, I can remember a lot. I got a memory of elephant.
Pick something.
Matter of fact, okay, I could say something that happened to me, say about six and a half years ago or so, right? Mm-hmm. Wasn't doing really well for myself and things like that. You know, just struggling on all ends. You know, all around game wasn't really that good. You know, trying to get the business up, things like that. And I ended up having a heart attack, and I almost died.
Damn.
And stuff, and I was in ICU for weeks. You know, took me a while to learn how to run, you know, walk, things like that. And actually, to be honest with you, now I'm actually waiting for a heart transplant as we speak. But I digress. I felt it to be not really traumatic as much as it was a battle, because at the position I was in life 6-7 years ago, and then when you look at your kids and you're laying down in the hospital bed, looking like a Pinocchio, with just full of IVs, things like that. I was like, damn, I let everybody down. I didn't get a chance to get the, I thought it was over, because literally you're telling me it's like kind of like, you might not make it, and so it turned, I guess, traumatic in a way, because it was going through my mind the whole time in the hospital. I was like, damn, like this is it.
No, that's definitely a traumatic experience.
So it's like, whoever I was to my friends, whoever I was to my girl, whoever I was to my kids, you know what I mean? All that, basically, it stopped. Let me remember. You know what I mean? That's what I thought, and I was like, kind of like, damn, like you know what I mean? It's like I didn't feel too good about that, so I kind of made a little oath to myself that things, I get out of this situation,
Things gonna change.
Things gonna change.
Things gonna change.
And I'll be goddamn.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So, being that happened, do you have any fears now because of that? Like, okay, that happened. Doctor said this is why. So now, all right, I'm gonna cut out red meat, or I'm gonna slow down, or anything that you kind of fear because of that experience.
I wouldn't call it fear as much as just having the knowledge, I guess. Now, I guess you could say. So you understand fire's hot now. You understand this and that and the third. So you look out for yourself. Things like that. I mean, of course, backsliding. Everybody, do their own, and I believe everybody lives their life. You know what I mean? And things like that. You do the vice, you're going to pay your price.
Did they make you look at life differently?
Like,
and then just be like, you know what? I'm gonna live for today.
Okay, I'm gonna say in a way it did, but then also it made me make bigger goals, but then try to achieve them faster.
Okay.
I get that.
Okay.
I get that.
You know what I mean? Like you guys remember Paid in Full, right?
Yeah.
The movie, and you remember my man came in with the dirt bike, and showed Ace a dirt bike, and he said, "Yo, in 10 years, man, we gonna get Benzes." And my man looked at him and said, "Yo, in 10 days, man. What about 10 days?"
You thinking too small, man. 10 days. I'm thinking more 10 days.
Yeah, thinking about 10 days.
10 days, B. 10 days, B. I watch that movie religiously. Real quick, just to let y'all know that's kind of out in the crowd watching us. If you want to get in on this conversation, please feel free. We got a mic right here. You're not going to be seen if you don't want to be. And you can come on in. Got anything to say? Join in on the conversation. We would love for you to do so. So if anybody got any traumatic experience they want to share and how they kind of got over it, we'd love to hear from y'all. Just to let y'all know. Say it again. Then that's fine too. This is an open conversation. We trying to help and heal. We trying to help and heal. But I'm gonna say this: if you are talking to us, we're gonna ignore you unless you're on the mic, because we kind of are live right now. So just to let you know, we would love to have you. Come on over. If you got anything to say, that's the mic right there. We got you. Comment. And we always ignore Kim because she never liked to talk on the mic.
We gotta give a shout out. We gotta give a shout out.
Shout out to who?
Give a shout out to my bestie Lo, whose birthday is on Sunday. You always comment. She always commented.
Hey,
always everything.
Skrilla, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Well, towards the end of the show, we're gonna have Lo sit in. Cause
she said she's not gonna do that.
We gonna get we got to.
I'm agreeing.
So
it's all you. This is all you.
She said she'll go on the mic.
For all my folks that listen to the show, watch the show all the time, we got our infamous Miss Lo that calls in all the time and puts it down. She in the building. About time. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, somebody else tried to call it last week too. That's my bad. But so I got several traumatic experiences. Honestly, my life is full of trauma. But I'm gonna give you on the lines of your incident. Okay, so I come from a large family as far as on my father's side, right? Run through this real quick, and y'all get the full story in my documentary coming out soon. But anyway, Chopping It Up docs coming soon. Anyway, so I met my brothers and I got 10 brothers. It's 10 of us, right? 9 brothers and sisters, right? I met them at a later age. I met all of them when I met my oldest brother and sister when I was probably about 5. They lived in New York, and then I had brothers and sisters that lived in Georgia. Met majority of them when I was probably about 14, 15, right? Due to a family member passing. But there was one sister who I never met. I always would call my dad, and she would answer the phone, and I'd be like, hey, let me speak to daddy, da-da-da. And when I went to Georgia, every time I went to Georgia, the first time she was in school, the second time we tried to meet up, but me and my cousin was together. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. We was high as a kite. We went to the wrong restaurant where we supposed to meet up at, and so I missed her again. So then the next time I went to Georgia, that's when we missed each other. So I didn't get a chance to see her. So a couple of years passed, and I'm at work. I called my dad, and she answered the phone. We've never had a conversation, but this one day we had a conversation. I was like, yeah, I'm at work right now. She's like, where you work? I work at Blockbuster. Oh, me too. Da-da-da. So we had a nice conversation for about 5-10 minutes.
The very next 30 years ago.
Huh?
30 years ago.
That was it. That was
A long time
90, that
ago.
was 98 when this happened.
All right, okay, about 25, 25.
So the very next day, she's on my mind. I'm thinking about her. I'm like, what if I go down to Georgia and try to holler at my sister some? Because I never seen her in person before. Like, what the fuck? So then the day after that, my older sister in New York calls and says, you got some money? I'm like, nah, fuck, I always ask you for money. You the older sister. What you talking about? We gotta go to Georgia. I'm like, for what? Beanie died. Huh? What? Yeah, Beanie died. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? I just talked to her yesterday. Like, nah, stop playing. Yeah, so she ended up getting stabbed in her heart by her boyfriend. So she was about to break up with her boyfriend. He was abusive. We didn't find that out until a little later on. And he stabbed her in the heart. And the crazy thing is, my little brothers found her when she found her. They was coming from one of my little brother's baseball games. They came in the room all excited, tell her about the game because she stayed home to did some studying done. She was a couple of credits away from going pre-med. And so that caused trauma for me, but then it also caused a lot of trauma for my little brothers because I got a little brother who he speaks about it. Well, he spoke about it all the time.
Is that the one who found her?
Yeah, one of. So he's deceased now as well, but he was a rapper in Atlanta named Young Mozzie, if you want to look him up. And so he spoke about all in his songs, but he was, I want to say that caused a lot of trauma. The trauma caused a lot of his actions. Like he felt like he was untouchable. He was in the streets.
Yeah, I
heavy.
remember hearing of him. I don't know his catalog or anything like that. I remember hearing about his demise. Like, he kind of, I'm not gonna say he started it, but like, the whole rapper genocide, man, he's part of it. It's got to stop. But
Slap a rapper challenge, all types of shit. If you ever get a chance, if you look up Young Mozzie, all you see is different news articles and shit about him getting shot. He was known to get shot. It's like I get a text message, oh, Jabril got shot. We like again. It got to the point to where we like again, because he always would get shot and always survive until the fatal incidents where he got shot and murdered.
So question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that it could have changed or something could have happened differently if you guys would have sought therapy for them?
Definitely.
Before it happened.
Definitely. I don't know if they went to therapy or not. That's the thing. I'm not sure. But I feel like if they would have went to therapy, the outcome probably could have been a little different. He wouldn't have ran to the street so quickly.
Why not? So come to the mic.
Come to the mic. You ain't gonna be seen. Just walk around this way. Just don't walk in front of the camera. You all good. We're gonna give her a second. But he may not have ran to the street so quick.
You don't think his environment had anything to do with that?
Say that again.
You don't think his environment had anything to do with that?
His environment definitely had a lot to do with it, but at the same time, he came from a 2-parent household. He came from, I'm not gonna say they were super duper rich, but they wasn't broke.
Alright, but it's Georgia though.
Yeah, that is true. The environment played a. Like I said,
Georgia's not hood.
Let me tell you something.
But go ahead.
He didn't necessarily live in the hood. He had horses.
Okay, but you said he was a rapper, right?
Yeah.
So
he was
it's
a rapper.
a following
he was doing
that.
rapper shit.
I mean, he adapted that lifestyle.
Because that's what rap tells you to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
true.
I one day I was walking, I see my little cousin, this is North Carolina. I see my little cousin cutting school. So I yoke him up. I'm like, what you doing? He talking about he trying to get his street cred together so he could become a rapper.
Not his credit score.
And that's when I
his
had to
street
tell
cred.
him, Lil Wayne and them went to college.
Exactly.
You know. So he still tell me to this day, thank you for that. Like he thanks me for yoking him up that day or whatever. He didn't get it then, but he get it now.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's what you're supposed to do.
Again, like it's in that culture of music. They do have a following. I don't think it would have had anything to do with therapy.
Therapy can help out, but to be honest with you, to go after on the other side of your point. I know a lot of parolees, a lot of felons, and things like that who had both parents. Like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people who had both parents who love them and shit like that. They still end up because some people just don't want to hear that shit. Like, just some people just don't want to hear that shit. They want to do what they want to do.
And he's a Libra too.
See,
but
and the thing is, it's not therapy for that,
Oh.
but therapy for the fact that he saw his sister, like he found her dead.
Yeah.
And that
For sure.
That's what definitely.
sure,
Now
for
let me
sure.
say this.
How old was he, Mike, when he discovered her?
Jabril had to be, he was young. I'm trying to think because he had to be like 12.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
13, something like that. Yeah, he was young. He was not 18. He was because I was
him to act out already because of that, and then lead him into.
It led him. That's what I feel like. That definitely led him into the streets because he wasn't rapping at first. He was literally in the streets. He just started acting out, I guess. And then I don't know a whole lot of the details. I only know what I know. But he started acting out, and then I remember when I went to Georgia, and he was probably about 17, 18, 19, something like that. And I'm like, yo, what's up? What you doing? I'm trying to see you. I'm here. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Me and my partner's about to rob Jazzy Faye. I'm like, the fuck? And I rob Jazzy Faye. So he came, picked me up, and I'm going to do a Young Mozzie story because everybody doing a Young Mozzie story, so I'm going to do my own. But he came pick me up, and then when he came pick me up, we actually made a move. I ain't even gonna get into it, but we actually made a move. And I ain't even realized we was making a move until after it was done. And then a few